And 3, 2, and we're live on YouTube Live. Say hi, guys.
Hello, guys.
All right, there we go. Everybody said hello, YouTube world, YouTubers, or does that make them potatoes if they're tubers? No,
Maybe.
I'm not sure. But hey, so we're here, and yeah, we've been experimenting with a lot of technological mayhem, and so you guys are the first. Hopefully, we're coming through loud and clear to you guys, and better signals because I paid a lot of money to have a lot of stuff fixed. So thank you, Spectrum, for upgrading with cost. So moving on, let's. I will. Oh, yeah, I gotta get the music queued up. Good lord. All right. So, wow. I just totally fell off the wagon completely there. And oh good lord. All right.
Was it a red wagon?
What's that?
I said, was it a little red wagon?
It kind of. Um oh, there it is right there.
Oh
I'm
man, that
getting our
makes
house
me
band set up here. We
makes me sad because didn't Fred Willard just die?
yes.
And wasn't he? What was in a Mighty Wind? He was the guy that played a child. He used to be a child actor who was something about a real red wagon. I don't know. That's all
Yeah,
I read.
Uh
But anyway,
well, I'm lost, but yeah.
that's all right.
I caught about 5 minutes of it and went, not impressed. So,
Really, you didn't like a Mighty Wind?
no, I couldn't get into it. I wanted to, I really did, because there was a lot of great actors in it, and I just, dude, I seriously, I tried, but I couldn't. All right,
I mean, it's not as good as Best in Show, that's for sure. But
and okay, there we are. We're live now. Where is yeah? Okay, so we're gonna open up with "Holiday in Cambodia" by the Dead Campers, our new in-house band. And here they come. All right. It is Tuesday, and this is the Random Christian Show. And you are listening to the Dead Campers. Yes, Donnie Champion, a personal friend of ours, and the band have volunteered to be our in-house band. So thank you, boys. And say hello to Brian and Matt. And Brian and Matt say hello.
hello, everyone. Hello.
Yeah, technical difficulties are put aside now, and I've got you guys coming through the monitors where everybody can hear. Hopefully, I'm seriously hoping. Otherwise, more money down the drain. All right, and so yeah, we got that going on, and so gentlemen, yes, I know everything fell apart Thursday, but we're back and I appreciate you being here and putting up with us. So, first off, we're going to get right to the hot topic of the day because we actually whoa, all right, uh, and
That might have been me.
well, it goes right into what I was about to bring up, which was flatulence in your car. Okay, so my question, Brian, since you have a probably a more airtight car, just like I do, and I know Matt, you said yours isn't as airtight as it probably should be. But
Might.
okay, so I was explaining about how last week I worked for roughly 10 hours at a shot, and I passed gas leaving my car, shut the door, no big deal, whatever. Got back in the car 10 hours later. Oh my God, it still stunk. That was some heavy flatulence. And so I'm just wondering if I'm the only person this has ever happened to. So I'm trying to figure out if I just have like this horribly deadly gas. And, so I mean, we're all dudes. It's all real here. Everybody's and I'm sure there. Well, we do have female listenership. I'm not gonna lie.
Lady
So
dudes.
yeah, lady dudes, chicks, babes.
Did we cover that last time? The ill-fated recording.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. And so since actually since me and Matt already discussed this, um, Brian, it's your turn.
What am I supposed to say?
He wants to know. Have you ever farted in your car so horribly bad, reeky fart that 10 hours later you came back and you still smelled it? He wants to feel normal, and I don't think that's normal.
I
It may, it may have happened, and it's certainly not a an impossibility because I've certainly experienced it in various formats. So yes, I would say that that's a yes.
Okay, so
Is it
I'm not a
something like
freak.
that?
So wait, Brian, you've had a 10-hour lingering fart stay in your car.
So to be honest with you, whether it was 10 hours or not, I don't know. But I've certainly come back to a car with some linger. That's for sure.
See, now that's what I said. I said like you go right before you go into a store or something, you might fart, and when you come out of the store, it might still stink. But I think 10 hours, he's some kind of weird champion.
Dude, well that gives me Air Jordan of gas because that's some hang time.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
And
And I can certainly agree with you on that one, Matt.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's just. I think there's something wrong with Chris, and he should go see a doctor.
I, I well actually I've seen the doctor and yeah, they agree. There is something wrong with me, but it's on totally different levels. So well, maybe not. They did say my insides are pretty screwed up, but I okay, so seriously, okay, so it's just me. That's awesome. I am a freak and I have horrible, horrible gas. Now I will admit, I had a guy I used to work with. Um, it was when I lived in Wisconsin, and this guy he had the what is that? The sleeve or something that they put on your not esophagus, but I guess it's your esophagus, your food tube. It goes into your stomach.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
Okay, so he had that sleeve or whatever, so he had to eat, like, this total high protein diet, right? And the dude lost serious amounts of weight. He showed me pictures of, uh, him before and now, and, I mean, he's got a workout routine and all that, but he was eating, like, this super high protein diet, and, you know and now mind you, I'm working on a dock that's open with, doors everywhere. Oops, I hit the mic. And there's wind, right? I mean, not a strong breeze, but we're out in basically open air. This dude is passing gas and seriously clears out his section of the dock. And I was like, oh God, it can't be that bad. I walked within 5 feet of that direction and I started literally gagging because it was the most horrendous smell I think I'd ever confronted in my life, and he was sitting there laughing because he's very proud of it. So, I'm not the total freak that you think I am, because there's somebody worse.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Yeah, it is. Dude, it really, really was. And his favorite thing to do would to be to come we had these, we're in Wisconsin, so we had these little shacks that we're managing the place from. And his favorite thing would do would come in and talk to you and like be carrying on a very serious conversation, let out the gas and be like, all right, peace. And then he'd walk out the door and bolt it.
That's grounds for firing.
Oh, well, unfortunately, we were all on the same level, but
Oh,
it was horrible yet funny, but, because it wouldn't always happen to you. So, um, and it was, yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty hilarious. This is also the same guy that we used to, when we'd have to, not suspend people, but give them correction, give them write ups and whatnot.
Right.
There had to be two people of management present when you do this, so that way if there's any confrontations or anything, there's somebody there documenting it with you.
Right.
Right.
So, and we really hated doing it because it would be over stupid stuff, corporate companies, their silly little rules and whatnot. And they'd be like, hey, listen, this guy's got this, this, this. You need to write him up. We'd be like, really? So, what we did to lighten the mood is we always had bananas. And well, he always had bananas, but we made it a thing that we knew, write ups were coming up. So, we grab a bunch of bananas. And whoever was doing the talking, the other person would sit in the room staring just intently at the person that's getting written up and slowly eating the banana. And we would just sit there and I no lie, every single buddy that had this happen to them, their response was, "Why is he over there eating that banana and staring at me?" And we just, the thing was, why? What's the matter? We have to have another supervisor present, and they, but he's just sitting there staring at me. We like you. Don't ever do this again. And and
Yeah.
and the greatest thing was nobody ever did what they did wrong again. And so
Yeah.
we,
If you want to avoid the banana staring.
yeah,
The banana effect, huh?
yeah.
That's
I mean, sexual innuendos of
you can write a
mine.
book.
Well, yeah, I could, but I'd probably also get arrested, and I may be getting arrested for just stating what I did. So, because somebody's gonna have a flashback and go, "Oh God, I remember that. That's why I'm in this place now." And there's the doll where he didn't touch me, but that's where I felt like he touched me. And
That these are the eyes I used to watch him watch me while I ate
Oh
but
man.
it was a way to alleviate the tension and distract them from actually how stupid the whole thing was. So it it had its pluses and really no minuses for us, but for them, I'm pretty sure we mentally scarred several people. So cheers to us.
banana.
Hmm.
And probably now, I bet they have some kind of rule that the second manager can no longer eat bananas.
There is no fruit allowed in the write up process
And they're like, "Why is
or
that a rule?"
sausage because it was very phallic and, you know,
Sausage.
yeah.
I don't even want to know about the sausage.
Well, again, banana, sausage, it just got weird. And
Wisconsin.
yeah, yeah. Enough said. I mean, the first place that finally said we're opening it up, and the bars flooded. I mean, seriously, did you guys see the videos of that stuff?
No,
Oh
Of what
my!
stuff?
I
Uh,
haven't. I haven't
when
watched that.
Wisconsin said, you know what, we're opening up the bars and whatnot, and everybody
Oh
can.
yeah, yeah.
Holy crap! And I now trust living there for 3.5 years. I realize no, those people party. And if I was back in the day, when I was drinking, I'd be so at home in Wisconsin. But well, I mean, seriously, it's what the summer for 3 months, and then your winter. So basically, you're in Canada and far northern Canada, and
The
these
deep
dude, these
north.
people go ice fishing with their dually trucks out on the ice and they're fishing right next to it. I'm like, are you not worried about that? Oh, yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes those are odds you don't want to put in the mix of standing in the middle of a frozen lake. This is a
Eh,
bad idea.
if you're drunk enough, who cares?
Well, you see?
For a good story, right?
Yeah. 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 Dude. I mean, fishing, I really don't get anyway, but that's my own personal thing. And I've tried. I see so many people who enjoy it, and I used to go fishing out at the Pueblo Reservoir and up in. Yeah, I so tried, and I drank because it's a reason to go fishing is to drink. And it doesn't, it's like bowling. Bowling is an excuse to get drunk, and being drunk is an excuse for your bowling. It's symbiotic. And I work so hard at trying to be enjoying fishing, and it just doesn't work. Is that wrong?
No,
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So I don't feel so bad now.
I
We're
don't know
probably
how.
going to get like so many people. Oh my God, we're going to lose Ireland. And by the way, we're up in Ireland again. Just
Woohoo.
there you
so.
go.
So they heard the cry. They were like, "Nah, we ain't letting those damn Yankees beat us." God, that's Scottish. I can't do an Irish accent for the.
I don't even know if that's Scottish.
I'm not sure. That was like some weird Yugoslavian Scottish. I don't know.
Hybrid thingy.
Yeah,
Majiggy
dude,
thingy, whatever.
that was just horrible. I apologize, people of Ireland. I'm a truly horrible person, but I do a lot of other impersonations, so just bear with me. Um, yeah, and actually, I think we are gonna do a show where I'm gonna have you guys talking with me, and I'm gonna make a list of all the people or characters that I impersonate, and you're gonna just say the name, and I have to switch over to that person mid conversation.
That sounds good.
So
I can do that.
that's something I'm trying to plan out here, but I gotta get a little more practice back in. So anyway, everybody there, all right, YouTube and podcast world, that's what's gonna be happening soon. So get
So
ready for
stay
it,
tuned.
stupid boys. All right. Um and then and now Matt, just I'm sorry, I have to ask this. If I remember correctly, you did a pretty good Mo from The Simpsons, didn't you?
Maybe. Um, it's been a long time.
Because I mean, you used to repeat that one line all the time. Oh, a garage, Mister Fancy Pants.
What do you call it? The car hole.
It's a car hole.
Oh man, yeah, I could do that one line
Yeah.
pretty good. It's been years
God,
since
dude, I
I've.
just remember us cracking up to that.
But funny thing, I still call them car holes.
Well, they are. They really are.
And my wife is just like, "Oh my god, you're an idiot," and I am.
Well,
But
we're big dumb animals.
put
That's
it in
what
the
makes
car
us great.
hole. Or my favorite now is like, which side's your gas hole on?
Ah, well, there you go. Well, if you look at the fuel gauge, you should be able to
I
determine.
know,
I know.
but still, the gas hole's on the other side.
Damn it. Okay, so we just lost Ireland, and
We've been banned in Ireland.
yeah, no, they're like, oh, that guy did the worst impersonation of an Irish person. That's it. He's fired. All right.
Be
See
Lucky
now,
Charms.
I'm. That always after me, Lucky Charms. What was? Oh, that's Austin Powers. Austin Powers. What was the guy's name? The character?
Ugh, good question. Who
Oh, that
knows?
is a good question. They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
Yeah. Remember, because he had the little charm bracelet. He's like, always leave a little charm at the scene of the crime.
I don't
No.
think Doctor Evil was saying it, but
Listen, I can say whatever I want, and I can have you liquidated for being insolent. Okay.
I'm trying to remember who the actor was. Wasn't
And I
that
did shave my head, so I am more Doctor Evilish now. I actually shaved my head for the first time in like a year. So,
really?
yeah. So not that really matters, except for the people on YouTube who can see the shine coming off my head like nobody's business. There, that's not too bad. Okay, so I keep forgetting I'm on camera here, and not. I guess and this is the thing I've heard about the YouTubers. They just basically play it like a podcast. They don't really pay attention unless you're doing something visual. So it's just like playing like a yeah.
So
Because I
you
do
could
have a face made for radio.
so you could just put up a picture of whatever and
I could. I
Would
could
be some fun,
draw a
but
little face and nobody would know. Yep,
they
just be me.
might.
Wasn't that special? All right, so gonna move on now. Uh, so we were okay. Now let's get back to the topic that we were trying to talk about on Thursday before the internet totally took a dive. Okay, excuse me. Basically, what I was talking about was not only just personal style, but like, um, and again, I know Brian, we got to get you caught up, because me and Matt had a full on conversation that got totally deleted. So, um, I was just curious, like, okay, now I know I have work Chris, okay, which is not, at times professional because there's two versions of work Chris, but then there's also work Chris that's out there being, well, basically me. But I can be a little more lewd because I'm on a truck dock and I work with truckers that are basically disgusting pedophiles almost. It's pretty sad. Um so
And they're gonna love hearing that,
yeah, well, yeah, because there are quite a few of them that listen to this show. So, but no, I mean, we have a lot of fun and we play around, and I'm not like in a weird sexual way, even though there's a couple people I'm starting to question. Um, and Eli and Marcus, it's not you. So, but uh,
Just a disclaimer, so
just
they don't shrink you in the morning.
yeah, it's the other guys that aren't listening. So,
right?
yeah,
Always.
yeah, it's always the people that don't listen. So, listen up. Um, okay, but okay, so I mean, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I have, there's Office Chris, and Office Chris is still goofy, but then Doc Chris gets out there, and Doc Chris is Doc Chris, and now and because I do follow the teachings of the Bible, I'm not cussing. I do get a little lewd, but which still not that.
When in Rome.
Well, yeah, still I'm supposed to be leading the example. Um, and then there's also dealing with the customer, Chris, which is totally professional. And yes, ma'am, I'd love to be able to help you out. But then there's also, and then like there's home, Chris. So, and it's not that there's a big wavering difference, but there is levels of difference. Now, do you have anything like that where there's work Brian and then there's home Brian, or
Um, I don't. I would like to say that I'm pretty consistent across things. I mean, there are certainly times where I probably will let my frustration level show more openly at home than I would at work,
hmm,
just because I work kind of an office environment.
right?
Um, so in that particular case, I would say it's probably more of I'm a little more relaxed up in the home environment.
Okay, gotcha. So, okay, all right. And then now, Matt, I mean, I know you're more self-employed, but when you were working, you know, and now, okay, and then let's throw
What?
out public Brian or Matt or Chris for that matter. Um, Now I'm speaking up about myself in the third person. This is not good. So like now when you're out in public, do you present yourself a little differently to people, or do you, I mean,
I mean, I would say that yes, to some degree, I do, just because I have I am a sales guy, so to speak. So I've got um, probably I try to show off a little more refinement than I would otherwise.
which we all
Hoping that
know is a complete scam. So
oh, complete. I mean, I'm like a you know Lego playing pick my nose, kind of
oh yeah.
hillbilly. I'm a hillbilly with a tie on. So Not that hillbillies don't wear ties,
Oh no, no, they don't. They
but anyways,
Not unless
no.
they have
Well,
right.
they do
Gotta
with
be.
sales.
they
Uh,
they wear the tuxedo T-shirts.
and there you go. That's right. Them, those are really a fancy kind of thing.
it is. I'm just saying. And then to be really extra fancy, they pull a polo over it. So there we go. Now anybody who had any kind of country in their life just turned and they're never listening to us ever again. But
Well, I tell you, coming coming from a guy who was my grandfather was the local blacksmith here in Colorado Springs area, and on my other side, my dad's side, they were all sharecroppers and farmers and everything. So
yeah.
you know, I got a little cowboy and country in me as well.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh dude, my grandfather and is from northern Arkansas, had
there
full
you
on
go.
farm, and my mom, told me about actually picking cotton,
Yep,
and
that's what my father did.
oh my good lord, I'm so glad I never have to ever pick cotton because the horror stories she told me about being a kid and sitting there picking cotton, filling up a bushel for literally a nickel.
That
Yeah,
just sounds
I was
horrible.
like, you got to
it
be.
is.
I mean, inflation wise, still, if you work it out, it's like making $1 a bag nowadays, or something like
Yeah.
that. Well, maybe this was back when I was a kid because I remember doing the math, but it was
Well,
just nothing.
think about like so. Hershey's bar used to be a nickel, and now they're like a buck 35.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What's up with
So
that? That's a thin little piece of chocolate that you get. I mean, you fold it in half. It's one bite. You're done. Seriously. It's and yeah, a
one
dollar
and a
35.
half bites.
At least a Reese's, you get 2 peanut butter cups, so instantly you're taking 2 bites because, you got 2.
Right.
And unless you're like me and sandwich them together and pop them in your mouth. So, but then you can also nibble away at it. I mean, there's creative ways of eating Reese's, and
And they
I
used to have a whole commercial series about that, right? How do you eat Reese's or whatever?
I think you're right. I I don't know, it's probably pretty high, but I do remember that. And
That's the excuse for
I
everything.
know it, but it works on so many levels, and it's really sadly very true. So, um, yeah. So there you go. I'm just being honest. Um, and I mean, Matt, yeah, well, and Brian, you were right there when I was in that state of mind. So,
Well, see, my bone to pick is you were also really drunk, and I blame it more on the drinking
well, yeah,
than the other.
earlier in my life, yeah, I was more probably high than I was drunk, but uh, then the alcohol was far more effective
Yeah.
and readily available as to where trying to score dime bags somewhere was not the easiest thing to do sometimes.
Oh my God. See, now
And
you're bringing back bad memories
yeah, I know.
of the try time.
Well,
Man, I've been sober for 6 weeks.
well, the crazy thing is now there's at least in California and Colorado, you don't have to worry about where you're going to find something if that's still your thing.
well, yeah.
They deliver it. They'll just deliver it.
Exactly, and it's Uber Eats and Uber Dubes. Actually, there is a company called Duber, just so you'll know.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Not a joke at
Nice.
all. In fact,
Oh, that
the,
is awesome.
so the
Oh
company I
my.
work for, we make the pre-rolled dube tubes. If that
Really?
makes any sense. Yes.
Oh,
So so I get to deal with a lot of people in that industry, which is an interesting thing. But the are you playing Sublime? I smoked 2 joints.
no, I'm playing Cypress Hill hits from the bong.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's about the next of it. But the okay, what was my story? Oh yeah, so
Oh yeah, man.
hey man, what were we talking about?
He's not here.
So my company sent me to the big Vegas cannabis trade show, and it was very interesting, as you can imagine.
Oh well,
Um,
yeah, dude. And you know what's so funny? And all three of us being from California, it's like, okay, everybody's like, oh yeah, dude, I got this killer skunk bud. I'm like, dude, that is like, I had that back in seventh grade. Okay, so
Right?
what you're smoking now is something I was blowing my mind away. Oh no, this was around. I'm like, yeah, dude, it's called Humboldt County. Learn a little bit
The
about
Emerald
the dope you're
Triangle,
smoking.
baby.
Holy crap! And these people, are, oh, this is the best bud in the world. Nah, not really. Um,
the, the connoisseurs.
oh, dude, and then it's like I have people tell me about like oh dude, I did this tab of acid once. I'm like, really? Well, I went to Berkeley and I met a chemist student, and he gave us some stuff he was experimenting with that was pure LSD. We were tripping for 3 days. Okay, so tell me about your tab of acid again.
Dude,
It wore
dude, one of
wore.
my coworkers, he like walked around the corner today and he's got this gnarly black eye shiner thing going on. I'm like, dude, what happened? He goes, my roommate got high as a kite on, I guess there's an LSD and there's something similar to it that's out in the world today. And apparently he went crazy. He thought he was an alien and that everybody chasing him were the feds taking him back to Area 51 and he didn't want to go. And so they,
Oh,
What is that? Either the
oh,
bath salts. I don't know what those are.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Ketamine or something like that.
oh,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
it's apparently something synthetic-ish of LSD, heroin. I mean, acid. So
Yeah.
that was just his thing, and I was like, "Whoa, dude, you look like you got hit hard." And he's like, "Yeah," he goes, "It was pretty amazing how crazy it got." And
Wow.
so
That's crazy.
yeah, it is. It was. I was like, okay, I'm not sure that I've ever heard that one before, but I
Right.
thought I was an alien and I was going to get taken back to Area 51.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now we know that's a bunch of
uh,
crap. So okay, and wow, dude. So yeah,
That's just that's crazy.
that's some good tripping right there, bro. That's
right?
um I feel kind of ripped off now. And I'm thinking I'm gonna go back to that neighborhood and see if I can find that. He's probably some big executive trying to figure out how to solve the coronavirus thing, so I should probably leave that alone. Um, I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah. Be like, dude, I just heard about this guy who tripped balls so hard he was like thought he was an alien and beating the crap out of people thinking they were FBI. And I just kind of tripped really hard for 3 days and I watched a tree melt. So I want my $5 back for one, and I want half my youth back. So make me that pill.
No.
And, yeah.
Hey, one of these times we got to talk about concerts we've seen. That'd be
Oh.
fun.
Oh, well, okay. Should it be concerts we've been to and kind of remember, or
Yeah,
concerts that we've seen?
if you were there physically,
Okay. Because there was a couple, and I remember, the Police at the Greek, and
oh, oh
throwing
yeah.
throwing up so hard, I passed out, and I was thrown in the back of Matt Walker's, station wagon. Remember that thing?
And you're talking about the day on the green, right?
Uh, what no, when, it was English Beat and the
Oh yeah,
Police,
yeah, yeah.
and they were at the Greek. Oh god, do I not oh god.
No, no, you're right. That is
Okay.
that one.
Oh, wow, dude. I was like, "Oh my god, I totally don't remember this now. Wait a minute. Did this
Well,
even
no, because remember
happen?"
that right around that same time they had the day on the green that was, the police and the fix.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't go to that.
God,
Yeah.
you guys are so old.
And half the people listening right now are like, "What the hell's the day on the green? What's the Greek?" The Greek is a theater in Berkeley. It's like an outdoor. It's an awesome venue. And then the Day on the Green is they were these events, and yeah, Google it. You know, that's what the
It was like pre what do we call all day type events.
yeah, the
Lollapalooza.
Lollapaloozas and all that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, except yeah, Google it. You'll figure it out. Imagine
Good bands, man.
imagine the Woodstock, but for one day. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah, and half the chaos. Well, yeah, half the chaos because we were actually just happy to be partying and
And where was that? Like in Berkeley or where?
It was in Oakland Coliseum.
yeah, I was gonna say over at
okay.
the Oakland
I
Coliseum.
once made it to the parking lot at the Oakland Coliseum to a Dead show.
There you go.
Inside.
Oh,
The parking lot was
no,
interesting.
Matt, no. Why would you?
Hey man, I drank a 40 with someone that I think was either a Buddhist monk or a Hare Krishna. I'm not sure which.
Yeah, because Buddhists
Well,
and
well,
Hare
the cops
Krishnas
were
are
busy
known
carrying
for
people out.
chugging down a 40.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. I was pretty high.
I was gonna say, are you sure that wasn't me? And we were like hanging out in your living room or something?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Do you have an orange robe?
I had an orange
It might have
shirt.
been some just dude in an orange robe,
Some,
like a bathrobe or something.
some random homeless dude. Hey, Hare Krishna, got a light?
Yeah, let's drink these 40s. All right.
Okay,
Sounds
awesome.
good.
Oh, good lord. Yeah. So bringing it full circle to what were we talking? Oh yeah, this is why I make notes, and I'm showing it to the YouTubers. I got a notepad, so I can write stuff down. Yeah. So we covered farting in the car and leaving it, and it's still being there 10 hours later. I'm a freak, and then our different personas. Now, Matt, do you? I know last week we discussed this in great detail, but you know,
Yeah. Well, I'm a what do they call them?
you fart in cars that
No,
you don't own.
I'm a very outgoing introvert.
Mhm.
Like I'm a pretty private person, but
Unless you're
at the
hanging out with
same
Hare
time-
Krishnas
well, unless
or
I'm-
Buddhist monks.
I'm comfortable in my situation, and I'm an outgoing person, but I'm very private and would rather stay home. That's weird? I know, but that's me.
No, it's not weird. I'm
A little.
okay. Well, then, Matt, you're a freak. But then that makes the rest of us freaks. So great. Now we're all
Yeah.
totally. My mom totally didn't raise me right. Excuse me.
Your mom did what now?
I. Yep. Wow. And there goes half of the U.S. We just lost so many people. No, I was making light of the situation because it's an awkward state.
Yeah.
Eh.
Well, I mean, even before the coronavirus, I still didn't want to go anywhere. Which working from home has made it even worse because.
But you got to go out to take your pictures and whatnot.
Well, yeah.
So.
But I don't have to go out and interact with anybody when I'm out doing with my camera. You know.
Not necessarily, unless you're taking pictures of people and.
Oh, I don't take pictures of people. They ruin a good photo. That's my.
Wow.
That's my take on.
Actually, you know what, Matt? I totally endorse that because I've got some pictures of us when we were partying, and
oh God.
yeah, it's we really I
don't look good, do we?
No, good God. Especially at the point where we decided to take pictures with the camera, and oh my God. And there's 40s everywhere, and
you have pictures of me?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Christian,
never remembered once a camera being brought out. So
Yes, you see, we have the pictures of you, so yeah, we are going to be holding them,
no.
and we'll be demanding the ransom soon. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that might be a little income for you there. You
Yeah.
know?
Because
Yeah, except that I don't really care. So.
And I got no money anyway.
and that too, yeah. Yeah.
I once got one of those emails that you know the hey, if you don't send us Bitcoin, I got one saying we're gonna whatever you want to call it, we're gonna show the videos that we got of you when you left your whatever you call it webcam on and blah blah blah. And I was like, man, there ain't nobody gonna see anything because I don't have a webcam and I don't use one, and you know, and whatever. So how about it? I didn't even respond, but I just thought it was hilarious that they tried to use some, you know, random thing like, hey, we're gonna release this unless you send us money. I'm like, I deleted the thing and blocked the email address.
oh, good God.
There you go.
Yeah. The Nigerian princess that wants to marry you and bring you $100,000 if you send her 10,000 and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, when I was working at Wells Fargo, I had this lady come in. She had one of those things that you know said that she had won the Canadian lottery, and she needed to send you know a certain amount of money for the exchange rate and blah 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 blah. And I was like, look, I can't help you. I said, but you know, I said, you know, before we send this, you need to make sure that you've got your, you know, your copy of the Canadian of the lottery ticket. I said, you know, their lottery is just like ours. If you don't have that ticket and you lose it, you know, she's like, well, I don't have it, and I'm like, well, why not? She goes, because they didn't play it, and I was like, bingo.
Ah.
It was, I mean, it took all, it was like, we'd actually been round and round multiple times about how I told her she couldn't have won, you know, blah, blah. Then I finally was like, wait a second, this isn't that hard, you know? You gotta have your ticket. I don't have one. That's because you didn't. Anyway.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
awesome.
Do you see
And
how
that's
this
the kind of
all
person that
works
would try to
together
get
now?
in- Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, I was just gonna say that's the kind of person that would try to get into my photo and ruin it.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna joke. I mean, not gonna lie. She was definitely elderly, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
you know,
Oh, and
and
that's the
unfortunately,
worst too. It's like, like when we were working at MCI, dude, those people would be like, "Oh no, you got to really push on the elderly." And I'd be like, "Really?" I said, "No, no, no, I ain't gonna do that." Of course, I did get away with doing a lot of impersonations there, which was frowned upon. But when you get that person that "Hey, how you doing? Who's this?" And I'd be like, "Hey, man, it's me, Ricky. What are you doing? Huh? Hey, I'm over here at MCI, and hey, I noticed you ain't getting the right rate on your long distance, man. Who's doing your long distance right now, huh?" And
Yeah, that's messed up.
hey, if it got me the sale, bro, that's all right. I'm cool with it.
I could never do phone sales. That
Yeah, yeah.
that just seems like such a crappy job.
Wow, thanks for bringing me down.
Sure
I
thing,
felt kind
anytime,
of good
man.
about the accomplishments in my life, but that's all right. I actually did pretty good there. Made my mom proud. Made a living, but whatever.
Hey,
Matt doesn't
what are you gonna
approve,
do?
so hey.
No, I don't.
Oh man,
So sorry to burst your
dude.
yeah.
But I bet every listener out there is going, yeah, those
Dude,
What
I'm
in the
sorry.
world?
Somebody is blowing my phone up.
Oh my god! I was like, the aliens are real. Oh my god! It wasn't an acid trip. Ah!
Ah,
And there it is. You're getting crazy with it, SA. Uh-huh. I'm getting my hip hop on. Sup? I figured we were talking about some crazy stuff. Lyle is not here, so I get to be Mr. Editor-in-Chief today.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so Lyle exited the building Thursday and was not happy.
He didn't like his messing everything up on us.
No, yeah, he was rather upset with the whole interweb, which I knew it was just the weirdest thing. Like, we seriously have been doing it for about an hour and a half because we were experimenting with stuff before, and then it just all disappeared just because we lost the internet connection. And I made this very clear to the service person. I was like, dude, and he's like, oh, you got a podcast? I'm like, yeah, and YouTube, and we were full on into an hour and a half's worth of show, and it was just lost. Wow, you talk for an hour and a half? Well, it's not the point, dude. The point is this thing got lost. Yeah, okay. I'm like, all right, dude, just fix it. Going insane. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get a little carried away with the Cypress Hill.
I saw Cypress Hill with Rollins Band and the Beastie Boys.
Are you sure?
Wow, that would have been killer.
That would have been a great show.
The Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well,
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a great show. Oh my lord.
Well, those Jay on the Greens were all Billy Graham presents.
Yeah. Oh well, dude, Bill Graham had. He's got a lock on the whole. His business does anyway. I mean, he was the main guy that brought all that stuff out there in the first place.
Right.
And I think he even had a hand in Woodstock at some point, or I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's God, yeah, we do. Yeah, we need to just do a show on shows.
Yeah, I agree.
Show on shows.
Okay, well, since we're there, what was the first show you ever remember seeing?
Oh gosh, to be honest with you, it was Genesis at the Greek.
Oh,
Wow.
Dude, but that's a good show. Especially back in, I mean, what was that, like 80s?
Oh yeah, for sure. It was I don't know, I want to say it's like 81 or 2 or something like that.
Yeah, so probably before Abacab, or
it might have actually been the Abacab tour.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know my it wasn't like it was my favorite band or anything, but there was a cute girl that wanted to go, and so I was willing.
And that's the reason. Yep.
That's why we do anything.
That's
Yeah.
Wow.
We are big dumb animals, so I'm not gonna lie. All right, Matt, what was your first show?
I think like my first
Now,
like
okay,
Bill-
let hold on. Let's make it okay. Yeah, you saw Genesis, Brian. Now, when we talk about shows like this, can be like just your first show. So, like, if it was even just a small band, like not super huge.
Like Caustic Notions?
Oh yeah. Well, okay, or Family Crisis, or
Exactly.
or my other personal favorite, Antisocial.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we played 3 parties and then that was it. So, okay, no, but I mean,
but
like,
you played 3 parties. So
well,
that's
we played more
2
than that,
parties
but
in one
really,
hands.
according to the party dumb size, the best band, yeah. Family Crisis blew us away. So there we go. I'm just, of course, Family Crisis then evolved into the Electric Love Hogs, then evolved into Goldfingers. So there we go.
Goldfinger.
Uh,
Saw Goldfinger with the Sex Pistols.
Did
at
you really?
Shoreline.
Serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
they opened
wow.
for 'em. It was because remember, I don't know if you remember this, but when I was living in San Francisco, and you and I were still, you were in Colorado, and we were still in communication with each other. Um, and I remember calling you up, going, "Oh my lord, I just saw the Sex Pistols and this ska band open for him, kind of like trying to remember the name, like Gold, and you're like Goldfinger." It's like, yeah, they're pretty good. You're like, oh, that's my buddy's band.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no way, they were good.
Old Feldy. Yep.
Yeah.
And then what also blew me away was when I had a little hair metal band back in the days with this kid named Lars, and because he was my neighbor, he was 15 years old, I was 21, and yeah, he was 15, and he was just the coolest kid. Me and his brother used to hang out and drink and party. We were living in Campbell, and it was right after my divorce, and we started this little fun pop metal band, and then kind of lost touch because I moved away, and then I saw him hanging out with my friend Chris Caton one day, and they were playing and jamming. I was like, "Hey, right on!" He kind of became part of the inner circle of friends there. And then I'm out in Colorado, and this is when I was living in Colorado Springs, working at MCI, and I'm looking at this Rancid album, and I'm like, "This Lars Fredrickson dude, he looks very familiar." And then I was talking to my friends. In fact, Steve Carlton, rest in peace. He goes, "Yeah, dude, that's Lars." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's him. That's because Steve was one of my roommates after my ex-wife moved out." And I was like, "You're freaking kidding me!" And he's like, "Oh no, dude, I go to his shows all the time." I'm like, "Oh, you suck." But yeah, so anyway, yeah. So okay, so your first band. I'm sorry,
My first band that I saw, aside from seeing, like bands at church,
right.
um, which
Or
I
our
mean,
friend's band at a kegger. Yeah.
the Californians are a very good Christian. I don't know. Anyway, but the first band that I saw, I would have to say would be Huey Lewis and the News
Oh.
at the fair.
Oh, the state fair.
State fair.
Right
Yeah.
on. Okay, now good show.
And that was junior high. So it was after sports came out.
Yeah. Okay,
that
I can
album.
see.
So they played all the hits. They played a bunch of stuff we'd never heard because we're 12 years old, and no, that was a great show. That was at the end, I remember, like, he brought out just him and I think a guitar and a little red wagon with a either a drum machine or a sequencer or something in it, and he played a song with just this drum machine, and it was, I don't remember what song it was, but it was funny and cool.
Huh. Well, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
One of those things I'll never forget, except for all the details.
Hey, Kristian, did you ever go to the $5 extra shows at Great America?
No, I didn't.
What?
No, I didn't.
Dude,
they used to have like crazy bands there.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw, I saw Berlin, I saw the B-52s, I saw the Beach Boys. Just tons of cool bands. That were either both up and coming and fairly decent as well.
Wow. Well, I suck. What can I say? Now remember, dime bags were $10, and back in those days, I was kind of into getting high.
But you could have gotten a nickel bag.
I
It's
could have.
Economics, man. A nickel bag in a band. Come on.
But he would have had to pay for the entrance into the park, though.
See, and see what I'm talking about here. So,
all right.
I'm just saying. I want a new drug, baby. That's all I'm saying. Um, yeah. So, but no, I've heard Huey Lewis actually and the News put on a great show.
Oh, they
Um,
rocked. I mean,
and everyone's like, "Oh, they're such a nerd band and stuff," but they actually do some great bluesy rhythm and blues stuff. You know?
they're a bar
Yep.
band.
Yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
are a bar band.
And
And another funny thing, when I was living in the city, they would play on occasion at different bars in
yeah,
the city without any like advertising or anything. Like they wouldn't advertise. They would be the band on a Friday night, and once word got out, that bar would just be packed,
yeah, blown out.
and they would put on a great little show apparently, and then a month later do it again at a different bar somewhere
Yep.
in the Bay Area.
Just pop
So,
up somewhere.
Well, I mean, remember they went to MIDI high school.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
There's
they
a
were
little-
they
there's a
were
little trivia
Smitty
for you
middies,
today.
dude. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Mitty was one of our rivals.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were a football rival, weren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And they were like big time because Mitty, didn't they almost knock us out for the what was it, 80? Was it 1980 or 81 when we went to the state?
Yeah, something like that. 80, 81.
Yeah. Back in the old Phil Daggett eras and Benny Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt's like, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, what's funny is the high school I went to at the end of their season, my freshman year. That was they had lost 100 straight games, 10 seasons of losses.
That's
Serious.
epic right there.
Dude. Well, you're number one.
We are, and everyone wanted to play us for homecoming. Because if you played Morley High, you were guaranteed to win. Everyone would be pumped up, and it'd be great because I was in band. I didn't care about football.
Right.
I was in band, and so away games, you got extra credit if you're in pep band. So we would go to away games, and I remember like on the parking lot, people were like, "We're gonna kick your guys' butts!" Like, we're gonna win. And me and my buddy were just like, "Who cares?" Like,
Yeah.
really, like I'm here to get an A.
Yeah.
I don't care who wins. Like, I know the team's not good. Like, do you think I'm not sad? Whatever. I mean,
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Captain Obvious. Yeah.
exactly. Like, come on now.
That's
But
it.
then they started winning, and that was funny too.
Hey, and dude, can you imagine being the first team to lose to your team? They'd be like,
Well,
"Oh my God, they've lost 100 games and now they won.
yeah. Well,
How
that
crappy are
season-
we?"
That season, we were in. We played against San Luis Obispo High for their homecoming game, and same thing. Oh, we're gonna kick your butts! And we're like, whatever. We ended up winning, and that was just like, like I know I don't care, but that's pretty hilarious. Eat it. So,
That's how this thing works, baby.
That's awesome. Oh my
and if
goodness.
I did care, you could eat it even more. But I
Yeah.
don't, so
But
just eat it a little bit.
but don't care. So there we go.
As long as I get my A.
Right. Oh, that is awesome. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, Brian, you were Genesis, and you had Huey Lewis. Mine was the Carpenters. I think I was about 10 years old, and we saw them at Harrah's up in South Tahoe. And I think I was somehow becoming prepubescent because I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's so gorgeous. Oh, wow." And now I look back at the pictures of Karen Carpenter, and I know she had a horrible disease and all that. I'm not making any light of that, but not really that attractive of a woman. I I really have no idea what I saw in her, except for
Uh,
apparently my hormones were just going out of control, and she was a woman that was in front of me singing love songs.
she sang like an angel,
Well, okay.
to paraphrase Herb Alpert. No, that's why he signed them. He's just like, that's the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
She played drums.
there's no joke that she definitely had a very distinctive voice. Now, here's the weird thing, though. When I was a kid and my parents would listen to the Carpenters, I actually didn't like it because I always told my mom she always sounds sad. And now I
yes.
look back,
Oh,
right, but I look back on that now and realize that was because she was depressed. So even
well,
when she
Yeah,
was, you know,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and yeah. And then she didn't eat herself to death. So, yeah, that's wow.
wow.
But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it was and then I progressed to captain in Tennille 2 years later.
wow,
And
dude,
yeah, well,
you kind of had,
my dad knew my dad actually got to know Mr. Hara, Bill Hara,
there you go.
and they had some kind of connection. Remember that rolls that my dad had? And now
Yeah,
yeah, bought it from Bill Hara from his collection.
Humble brag.
I know it's uh
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
And dude, I got a great drunk night story about that Rolls Royce someday. Um, but yeah, remember my neighbor Bruce Paul?
yeah.
Okay, so we're like, okay, my dad's out for the evening, right? And I'm supposedly grounded from the cars. So me and Bruce and Kevin Kaufman, we were all. I don't know if I should be using last names or not, but it's no FCC, so who cares?
Kevin
Um,
X.
yeah. Uh, we were consuming things, and we needed more, and we also needed cigarettes. So we were going to drive down to 7-Eleven, and we're like, well, how are we going to get there? Kevin's like, I don't have enough money in my car because we pulled all our money together, and we were going to go tap, and uh, so we had enough money for what we needed, but we didn't have enough money for gas. And I'm like, well, you know what? And then Bruce goes, dude, the Rolls is in the garage. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm not driving the Rolls. It's like, I'll drive it. Technically, you won't be driving. And I'm like, well, pretty high. That makes a lot of sense. So we get in the
Oh
Rolls,
yeah. Loophole.
dude. We get in the Rolls, and mind you, I'm 17. Bruce is 15 and a half.
Oh
So
no.
yeah, and Kevin, Kevin was like, I'm not having any part of this. I'm just going to be a passenger. Like, okay, well, if you're not going to be any part of it, stay home. Um, anyway, which we had a huge debate about because Kevin started freaking out, but we were all high, so it didn't matter. Um, uh, so we're driving down. Okay, we go down to 7-Eleven. We get someone to buy us some beer. We got our cigarettes. We're coming back. And I kid you not, okay, the big hill that goes to the intersection at Saratoga Sunnyvale and uh, Saratoga Avenue.
Okay.
Okay, right at Big Basin. Okay, that big ass hill that we used to skate down after high school. You know. Okay,
Yes.
the brake failure light comes on the rolls. Right,
Oh my
right as
god.
we come over that peak, and of course Bruce is flying. And because we're in the rolls, we got the radio cranking, windows down, we're laughing our ass off, and all of a sudden he goes, dude. And I mean, it's nighttime, and I could see his face glowing white because he is freaking out. And I'm like, pop him, pop him, pop him. And Kevin, I guess, the only person who had any sanity in him goes, grab the e brake. And so he starts hitting the e brake, locks the brakes up. So now we're going down this hill. Brakes are locked up in a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow 2, and it's starting to go sideways, going down the hill We're drunk. We're stoned. We've got beer in the car and cigarettes, and we're not even supposed to be in this car at all. And so yeah, we get down to the cusp of the bottom of the hill, and he takes the e-brake off, and we do about 15 miles an hour all the way back home. and when we get into the driveway, the brake failure light comes off.
Of course.
So yeah, I think that was God going, okay, I think we've learned a lesson. Don't do this. So yeah.
Don't you ever do that?
Yeah, that was yeah.
Well, I mean,
And did you learn?
Oh God, no! Are you kidding? We were stoned and drunk. We didn't. We do. After, are you kidding? We got out of that car and went, "We did it! Yeah!" And we drank the rest of the beer, and yeah. No, we learned absolutely nothing. I think we actually went and tapped into my dad's liquor stash in the bar and drank more of his booze
Wow. Good times.
because that's how stupid I was. But yeah, it was a party. So what are you gonna do? That's right. A decadent youth, but well lived. So,
Wow.
and this is the reason I'm bald and, great. Besides having 4 daughters. So,
and I've got 4 daughters.
dude, yeah, and three boys? Wait,
Two.
2 boys. 2 boys, 4 daughters. God, yeah, dude. Yeah, no. And how you even, yeah, you have an ounce of single, I'm not really sure.
Well,
Well,
that's why he's able to multitask.
that's true. That's right.
Like, right? Is that something you learned having all those kids, Brian? Or you just like bring them on because I can multitask?
I don't know that I do the multitasking thing as well as
Oh no, dude. I think you underestimate yourself. But that's just my opinion. But dude, when you weren't on the show that one, I was telling Matt, I don't know if you ever listened to that show yet or not, but we brought up the fact, like, and Matt goes, well, has he always been like that? And like, oh yeah, I said we'd have one thing going, and then Brian would like find a way to twist this other thing into it that I would wait. And now, don't get me wrong, it would make what we were doing even more interesting because we had this whole side project going on with it. And you always seem to do that. Like when we go to the dances and stuff, there was always this little extra thing that we do. And I don't know, dude. As just, yeah, you've always been like that. So, and again, reflecting back on my life, I wasted so much time. And yeah, wow.
I'm in the same boat, man. I've wasted so much time.
Well, but no, no, you haven't. When I was the phone call guy at MCI, you were like one of the head sales guys. And and I was down there picking my nose, hung over, going, you want to get cheaper long distance, and practicing my voices, and that's what I did. And then I go down to Magic FM after that and get on the air and work till from midnight to 6 a.m. So yeah, that was yeah, which was nice though. 'Cause it was all in the same building, so it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's a long day.
Oh, well, when you had the medicine that I
When
used
you
to
had
take.
some artificial stamina.
when there was enhancements available to you, you took them and made them so. Oh God, I've wasted my life on so much crap. Yeah, the sad part, I could have been a millionaire because after I figured out all the money that I spent on dope and booze, good.
Don't even want to think about it.
Dude, well, when you go to rehab, they make you do that. And like you
Oh no, that's brutal.
Dude, it wakes your ass up, I'll tell you that much. Oh my God.
It took me forever to get into photography because it's an expensive hobby. especially when it's the the old like real film.
Oh yeah.
Real film is crazy expensive because like with my digital camera, I can go out and take 1,000 photos,
Yeah.
and only 3 of them need to be good.
Right.
Right.
But you can't do that when you got a roll of film. I mean, you gotta be on it. But if I'd have spent money on cameras instead of drugs and alcohol,
Yeah,
wow,
I know. You know
I'd
how
have
many
a nicer
bugs I could have
car.
had in buses?
And
But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And now
yes,
it's a
not
pit.
yeah.
Huh?
So, so Christian, you remember Krister Irani, right?
Who?
Krister.
Krister. Yes. I
Okay.
Krister. What's his last name?
Irani.
Dark hair, right?
Dark hair. He lived off of Pierce Road.
Yeah. He lived up towards Susanna,
Right.
right?
And
Okay, yeah.
so he's a big VW guy, VW and Porsche. You know, he's got a little bit bigger pockets than I do. Anyway, he has an incredible. He has a 21 window that he is in the process of restoring.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah,
Wow.
ah, dude.
So, dream
Oh
car.
man. Yeah, dude. That's like anybody who's into Volkswagens, that's the ultimate. That's what year?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like a 65.
Damn it.
Like that, you know?
Yeah, that's my dude, and that's because it's a 6 volt, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Now I don't know if he's keeping it 6 volt. A lot of people don't just because
No,
you
yeah,
know
that
the,
was a
the
failed.
nostalgia is fun until you want to drive at night and you need some actual brightness of light.
Yeah.
Or it's
I was gonna-
raining and your windshield wipers start slowing down, and
Yeah.
you got to sit there and rev the engine, pop in the clutch, and
Right.
dude, that's the dream. 65, 21
Oh,
window.
that revving the engine and popping the clutch brings back memories. Like everyone that I've known that has driven an older VW van, that's how I thought you drove them. Because I think you have to, right?
In some cases, if they're in a poor condition,
Yeah,
then yeah, that would be exactly how you have to drive it.
Yeah.
because it just gets awkward. Oh man. And Vanagons are just as fun, dude. Vanagons, just the passenger Vanagons. Oh my gosh! Except they're way more stable, so like you can actually get sideways in a Vanagon. It's a blast. Yeah,
Never thought about doing that.
well, now you've got something to put on the bucket list.
But I think I've driven one asleep.
Matt, what? What?
Driving back from San Francisco one time after 101 is just such a boring drive
Well, it's
south of King City there, and I think I fell asleep for a little while driving a van again.
Oh, good God. Yeah.
And what kind of came back to, there was a highway patrol in the fast lane next to me, like kind of just pacing along.
Going, hey.
Yeah. And I like waved to him and going, like, oh, holy cow. And he took off, but like, I don't remember him pulling up next to me. I don't know how long he was there. Yeah.
That's pretty bad right there. I definitely had some sleep behind the wheel moments where I'm like, yikes, I should be pulling over here. No.
Yeah. I mean, I normally, when you're like, oh man, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
But that one, I just, like, no warning. I was gone.
Nice. Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
alive, so Unless this
Wow.
has all been a coma dream. And
Oh yeah,
You know,
now we got to go back. Yeah, we were talking about actually maybe being in a coma and this is all a dream and if I
like,
or no, it was me. I was supposed to be in a
yeah,
coma and yeah, if you and Matt were real, if I woke up and yeah.
none of this happened.
Now, dude, now we're going back to philosophy and then we're going back into the drugs and oh good god. I
Let's stop
spent
that.
way too much time doing that in college. So and got nothing out of college because of such things like philosophy. Oh, I'm going to spend my time trying to figure out what's real. Well, when they start off
Why?
with, okay, think about this. Stop thinking about yourself. Are you still going to be there? Oh, I just took like 5 bong hits of skunk weed and you're throwing this at me first day. Ah, dude, and yeah, and I had an East Indian, professor, and she was amazing. I mean, she would take questions and just you'd like, the class would be over, and you'd still be sitting there going, "What? Wait, no. Why? How? You're freaking me out." But it opened my mind, and yeah, which was great because then, yeah, I delved into deeper realms, and well, that's a whole nother topic and time. So, yeah, dude,
Good
all I've
time.
done is talk about how I used to get wasted. I think pretty much everything I've said today has led into how wasted I was through my youth. Then,
well, sometimes those things come up and they're a comical reminder of misspent youth and misspent time. And it's like, okay, I got to learn from this. We're never going back.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, as long as you're learning from
right, yeah. Well, it took me a long time to learn from him, but hey, I did. So, well, it'll be 13 years on Father's Day. So there we go.
Well, there you go. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, I feel a whole lot better. Oh yeah,
I
well,
bet.
and the funny thing is how everybody thought I was dead. So that was even better. It's like, ah, no, I actually survived, suckers. Yeah,
still here.
and you can't, that's like this
Where are you,
coronavirus thing.
man?
If what happened in my life and 2 ODs, self-induced, didn't take me out, coronavirus ain't got nothing. I'm more man than that crap. But
Well,
you know,
it's really funny. I don't know anybody that's had it officially. So,
yeah, no, neither have I.
Well,
But
yeah, apparently my stepsister did up in Washington.
oh,
And she's what are those guys? That
she's
give you the drugs at the store.
the
He's
pharmacist.
a pharmacist.
Oh, oh God. Oh.
I'm tired.
Uh, I don't want to hear about it. I've been up since 1 a.m.
Anyway,
So, yeah.
that's true.
But, yeah, we are getting a little brain fried here, aren't we?
But yeah, she had it for like 3 or 4 weeks.
wow.
Wow.
But that's the only person I've known to actually have it.
Nice. Well, and she's better now. So that's a bonus. And,
I think so.
You
I
got
don't know. I
better,
haven't talked to
though.
my
yeah, I got better.
stepmom in a while.
Hey, Brian, did you see? I sent you an invite for the Monty Python group.
Oh yeah, I think I joined it.
Okay. Good.
I
Good.
mean, that didn't take much pushing or coaxing.
Right. No, dude, and there's some great clips in there. These
Oh, I know.
that group is awesome. But yeah, now we're just we totally lost Ireland, and I think we have maybe one person listening to us. So
It's probably my sister.
yeah,
Well, and
nope.
the thing is that we're not like Bob and Doug McKenzie, you know, the
Coo, coo, coo. Coo,
whatever
coo, coo,
radio
coo, coo,
show
coo,
that they
coo.
did, right?
Right. Oh, good Lord. Well, you know what? I say I always end on a high note, and well, now we're going back to my youth. So there we go. But yeah, let's put this one under wraps, and if you guys are willing, we can see you Thursday. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all, you YouTubers or you potatoes, whatever you are. Glad to have you along, and hope you enjoyed the ride. Want to say thank you to Anchor.fm and Fiverr freelance site, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Casts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, the Dead Campers for accepting to be our in-house band. And yeah, dude, I'm starting to lose my voice, aren't I? Wow. And gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time out and coming and hanging out with us. Or me, I guess I should say more than us because we're collectively us. So there we go. Um,
Right.
but yeah, guys, if you're willing, let's do it Thursday. And thank you for the time and hanging out.
Thank you.
Sure thing, hoser.
Okay, hose heads. And signing off, we appreciate it, gentlemen. And you guys all be good to each other out there. We ain't the only ones we got. God's got us too. But, you know, as long as you take care of each other, He's going to take care of you. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Adios.
Oh, Matt, you still there?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well,
Yep.
there we go.
Unlike Brian, who just bails.
Well, dude, he's still
No.
at work.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh yeah, I better turn off the old YouTuber here. All right, YouTubers, thanks.
Take off,
Oh, take off, Ozehead. And yeah, hopefully.